Alright, time for some Dragon Quest IX. Oh, it's been a while. Fuck, dog balls? Stop fucking with my game! Get kick out of there. God damn it. Need to do some quests. Yuzo likes boys, really. Is that the character you're gonna call? It's a fucking minstrel. What the? Arrgh! Stop fucking. Alright. Kick.
Oh, bitch, you would not.
Oh, yeah, I would.
Shit.
Don't fuck with a ninja, bitch.
Oh. Dude, too far.
Hello, welcome back. This is episode 197 of NooBTooB, a weekly independent podcast where you're healing quite well.
Fuck you!
What's wrong?
That was overkill!
You fucked with my game.
That's true.
That's pretty
fair
hardcore.
enough.
Yes.
I learned my lesson.
I am Yuzo Watanabe.
And I'm Tobin Kozaire, and this week we are talking about Dragon Quest IX. Yes, Dragon Quest IX. We heard your comments. Yes, Dragon Quest IX.
Did they want us to review Dragon Quest 8?
That's right. You guys want Dragon Quest 8. Sorry. We're reviewing Dragon Quest 8 this week.
Classic game.
And also Limbo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're doing the Limbo.
Woo! Was that from the party last night?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. That'll be fun. So we will cover all of that.
Yeah.
And our new releases include just a couple of games because we're in the doldrums. This is it, man.
There ain't shit.
Deadest moment.
There ain't shit.
First one is Castlevania Harmony of Despair on Xbox Live.
Yep.
And Earthworm Jim 3D on PSN. So 2 downloadable games.
2 downloadable games and nothing else at all.
Nothing. But let's get started with Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest 9.
So I would have to say this is the first real Dragon Quest game I played. I played 8 for a little bit, but
it tastes like a cellar. Like it tastes like it's been like it tastes like it's been buried underneath the earth for 100 years.
It really looks fancy. L'Oratoris Saint Martin.
We have friends that give us nice wine that is probably nicer than we can appreciate. Where it's like this is probably like something very nice. I'm like nah. It tastes okay, but it kind of tastes like Dracula.
It does have an earthy taste.
Yeah, it tastes like underneath somebody's front
taint.
porch.
Yes. Wait, what? No, it's actually good.
Tell me more about taint.
No.
Dragon Quest 9.
Dragon Quest 9. So this is the first Dragon Quest game I've really played.
Really?
I really didn't get into the other ones at all.
How about the that one on the PS2? There was like
Dragon Quest 8. No,
yeah.
I think I got it like maybe a year ago, and I just like I'll play a little bit, but I just didn't get into it at all. So this is the first one I was like I'm going to play this game.
Yeah. What'd you think?
It's a JRPG.
It is very much a JRPG.
I can see where they deviated a little bit from the JRPG conventions. There are not random battles.
Right. No random battles.
Which is awesome. I love that. But dude, like lots of talking.
Yeah.
Lots of attack menus, whether I should defend.
Right.
Or attack.
Or maybe use an item.
Perhaps.
Yes.
An item with the healing potion or something that will get me out of the bottom of a dungeon.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you can totally see all the conventions that have been through all of JRPGs and ever, and like it's solid.
It is solid. It is solid for what it does. And I mean, like if you want to just talk about like the JRPG genre, there's always things that I complain about where it's just like you get to these things where it's like, oh, it's hard to get back to a town and save. Now on this one, you can save at any point. You can put it down. Another thing that really bothers me is a lot of times you'll be buying weapons, and you're like, oh, is this better than what I have? Is this worse than what I have?
Very clear, yeah.
Very, very much like, I mean, they took the pain points and they really kind of polished them where it's just like every weapon you see all 4 of your people whether it improve this, whether it increase this, decrease it, whether they can use it.
I don't even remember how many classes there are, but there are a lot of classes, different ones you can use.
I think there's like 6
or 8. I don't remember.
And even there's even little things where it's like I need to use a potion that cures poison.
Yes.
And then you can scroll through your characters and it tells you all their status effects, and it's not just some bullshit icon that you can't read. It's like purple letters. It's like poison.
Yep.
This, whatever, frozen, stone, whatever.
And considering this was on the DS, I would say that if anything's impressive about this game, it's their use of UI.
Yeah.
Right? Because, I mean, when you play an JRPG, if you're trying to play Final Fantasy or something like that on a very small screen of DS, like, that's tough.
Yeah.
But they made everything really usable. It was easy to go through the game. The text the story wasn't that boring. Like, that's,
right.
You know, I was kind of worried about it because JRPGs are typically...
Not typically good, yeah.
No, but I was just like, oh, this is interesting. I'm an angel, I think.
Right.
And I lost my wings.
Yeah, you're a guardian. You're the guardian of a town. Every town has like these kind of guardian angels, and you fall to Earth in the beginning. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
You fall to Earth in the beginning, and the whole rest of the time is you kind of trying to aspire to get back into the graces of heaven.
Yeah, and then you're doing... And it's cool because I've never really seen that in JRPG convention. You don't start out as an angel and you become nothing. You usually start as a young boy.
Right.
With a young girl companion who eventually you fall in love with, and you find all sorts of...
Or you start off as some ultra mega powerful dude who then loses all of his powers right away, at which point you're trying to build them back up again.
Technically speaking, you do lose your powers here.
Maybe you don't have fuck all for powers.
That's true, yeah.
You're like a little pussy angel where it's like, you're teamed up with this other guy where he's like, blow!
Like 5,000!
5,000 points, you're like, bink! And it's
2.
like, 1. The monster's just like, bitch.
Like, whatever. The slimes. But yeah, so like, you know, the progression is really good. There's a lot of different quests that you can do, and...
How'd you like the whole kind of Professor Layton-y side quest stuff?
Like what?
Where it's like, you can go and do a side quest like, oh, this woman needs you to go get her ring or something, or whatever it is, and then you bring it back and it's like, stamp, where it's like, accomplished. Like, you know, you learned this, you did what, and it's like you're kind of picking up side quests.
And I like the fact that it's quest number 003, and I'm like... What about quest 1 and 2?
Yeah, I missed one.
Where are those?
Shit.
I don't know.
Yeah. Like, are there 999 quests?
I did. From what I hear, though, so I did not get a chance to play any of the multiplayer, so I really feel bad about that, because I hear multiplayer is the shit, and that's where this game goes crazy.
And that's what I've read about it too, where it's like it's not multiplayer where you're stuck in one group. It's multiplayer like Diablo 2 was, where the two of you are wandering in a world and you can fuck off. Like, you guys can go wander different places, you can stay together, you can even summon the other guy. So it's like you're in trouble, you'd be like, Tobin, I need help.
No matter where I'm at inside the map. Oh,
and then it'll actually bring me to you. The problem is it's not online multiplayer.
I know.
And you and I, now that we work at different jobs, we only get to hang out, you know, just about once a week when we're doing the show.
Yeah, and just like I totally forgot to bring my DS, so we could have actually tried a little bit before we recorded it. But I really think it's one of those things where, like, after you play a little bit, you do a bunch of different quests with a bunch of people. Because, like, apparently there's quests that only happen at certain locations. Yeah. They'll push out quests at different times. So it's a living, breathing world.
I know. I feel like not living in Japan, I'm missing the full potential of this game. Because if you could hop on the subway every day and leave the game in discovery mode
and go to Akiba,
right? Go to exactly. Go where there's like Nerd Central. Everybody's hanging outside, and then you'd open your thing. And you're like, you got 2 new maps.
Yep.
You got 2 new party members.
You can just join and you can play it. And like right next to is onigiri, like freaking.
Yes.
It's like, oh, I'm hungry. I'm gonna get this and some tea.
I'm sitting there eating my onigiri and looking at hot Asian girls. I want to go back so bad.
Like, what is the equivalent? The equivalent would be like you'd have to go to Fry's Electronics, right? Sit there. People think you're creepy and you're by yourself.
You're gonna make me put a gun on my mouth.
I know.
You're describing gaming in the United States, and it's so sad.
There's no equivalent.
Yeah.
I know. Actually, it's like you're in elementary school. I think that's what it is. Right?
That's exactly right. Instead of learning anything in school, kids are fucking off on their DSs. So I actually was just thinking of something though. If any of you guys went to the GameStop event on. Was it July 31st? Please tell me you took pictures or video. Send that shit in because I want to know what it was like when everybody was playing those games together.
I'm guessing that there probably wasn't that big of a turnout.
I bet
you really think about it, it's just like how many of these things are successful?
But I mean, there's one right down the street from me. Like I was in Amsterdam, so I didn't get to go, but I totally was going to show up and just be like, "Hey kids!"
And there's like 8-year-olds. You're like, "What is this old man doing?"
The father is just like, "Hey, 3 feet rule. Why don't you stand back there and talk to Jimmy?"
That's right.
So it is a damn shame that basically half of the experience of this game we don't get. It's completely missing.
Yeah, and like overall, like it's still like it's a solid JRPG, but for me, it's still a JRPG. And like honestly, like I've been playing so many white RPGs at this point.
Yeah.
With like Dragon Age, Mass Effect, it's just like I can't get back into this attack.
Yeah.
The slime it's repetitive and it's they still somehow for some reason make it kind of addictive.
It is interesting enough. I mean, like that's the thing is it's because you can avoid battles because I think that when you have the random battles that are unavoidable, I put the game down. down. Because it's just one of those things where it's like, all I want to do is walk over fucking here. Like, I just want to go from here to here, and you're hitting enemies, but now it's like I can dodge if I'm trying to do this, and I can grind.
Sometimes they'll come and run after you.
Yeah.
But like, if you want to grind, you can grind. If you want to do this, you want to do this. But it's just like, the conventions of this battle system are so creaky. Like, you see the rust shaking off of it, right?
Yes.
It's just like...
It's old school. You're right, it needs to grow up. Like, it needs to come along. It needs
to innovate. Innovate ways like Mario RPG.
That's right.
Like, let's add a couple of, real-time
timing
events.
Elements. Do some other stuff. Yeah. So I will say though that being stuck for 15 hours flying to Amsterdam
did
and
you
back,
play the fuck out of it?
I played the shit out of it.
Really?
So
okay.
If you've got no choice,
okay.
Like JRPGs are good if you're pinned down. But I mean, like I know exactly what you're saying because now that I'm home. And I can do other stuff. I'm probably not going to
pick it up again?
I'm not going to. I mean, I did a little bit, but I mean, I kind of do. Like now, I'm hooked enough that I do want to know where it goes.
Okay.
But I know that this is going to be one of those games where I play over the period of my life, where it's like anytime I'm trapped somewhere like this. It was actually very entertaining on the plane because I had fuck all else.
It was either that or like have this fat woman like have her elbow into your arm the entire time.
It took me out of the real world. The real world where I was drowning in arm fat from some fucking fat woman pouring into my seat for 15 hours. So I mean, it's like that then, it was awesome.
So for me, I'm sitting on my couch, I'm playing, and like I have Hanzo
and
here.
And you got other stuff to do.
And like, I'm looking at like I had the StarCraft login thing, and it was just sitting there, and I'm just like... I could be with Jim Raynor, like killing Zerg, or I could be playing this game, and it's just like, it's not a bad game.
No.
It's well made, it's a JRPG,
it's a good RPG,
solid, but it's not what I want. And when I'm flying, like, you're right, I think it's going to be an amazing game. At PAX, I think we should bring it with us.
Fuck yeah,
in
PAX.
line, and like do some quests and shit.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I'm all over it, but for that, it's just
for
like,
day-to-day,
I'm sorry, I can't.
And I mean, even if there was like a new Mario and Luigi RPG or whatever, I'd be playing that instead.
Oh,
right?
hell
So I mean, the innovations that have come along in gaming have, to us, kind of left the JRPG behind. I mean, this is aimed at old school. This is aimed at Japanese people. I'm not going to lie to you. This is aimed straight up at Japanese people.
Pretty much. That are in a Japanese world.
And in Japanese world, it's aimed at a town where everyone is basically packed armpit to armpit, and and it's all about the multiplayer.
Yeah, and I think like since they innovated, they didn't really innovate on the combat system or anything. They innovated the fuck out of a portable RPG, and like we didn't really get to experience it because we're not near people. So it's like
yeah.
So
it's hard to say what to give it. I mean, like, so I would say,
I mean, it's a good game.
It is a good game, and the thing is I played probably 20 hours of it because I played all the way to Amsterdam. I played all the way back, and I mean, for that, like, I would say
20 hours of entertainment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for a travel game, if you're obsessed with the JRPG stuff, whatever, but I mean, like, what we're saying.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to be sitting on your couch playing this and you think that turn-based combat's boring, don't buy this shit, because that's what this is. This is over and over again clicking attack.
Yeah.
And then balancing your armor and, just basically collecting stuff, deciding where to put your skill points.
Getting new spells of Fire 1, Fire 2, Fire 3. It's just like... it's tough because like I'm gonna give it a thumbs down, but it's just like the moment I go on a plane trip,
you're gonna play it. Yeah,
so it's tough. I don't know at this point.
That's a weird thing. Like it's very rare that we have a review.
It's situational.
Yeah, it's situational.
You had the situation and I didn't. So like honestly, I have to say like I played 5-6 hours
your life, for your day-to-day life. It's a thumbs down.
Yeah, but the moment I have my next plane trip, which sadly is not going to happen until PAX.
Yeah.
I won't be able to enjoy a lot of it.
Here's a question. I may be going to Japan in October, November.
Really?
What about the English playing with the Japanese version? I bet it doesn't work. I bet I can't.
Really? You think? You think they'd region lock just the online play, or?
I don't know. Like now I'm kind of curious if I could actually take my copy and sit in front of Yodobashi camera.
If you have somebody with you, just take a camera.
Yeah.
And just film yourself like.
Hey!
And just the reactions. I want to see the reactions. Like, like. Fucking hilarious.
Especially because everybody in Japan doesn't talk to each other when they're playing.
Hell no.
So I'll be like, hey buddy, let's play together. Let's be friends. Yeah.
You know what they do is, well, what they do is they probably go to their party and they hit the what is it, the Y, and they do the wave. Right? They're like, I'm not going to look at you. My avatar is going to be like.
You're talking to them in person. They're responding with the dance.
Yep.
Like. Oh, look!
Well, they probably have collected all 20 of them, so they probably do the whole chain of them.
That's true. That's true.
You just look at them, you're like, "Why won't you talk to me?"
I know. Please just talk to me. So yeah, we'll see. If I end up going to Japan, I will try and play with other people. I will report back to you guys. We'll see if I can actually go.
Hopefully, if there are Japanese NooBToobers that watch the show, maybe they can hook you up.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know if you can play. If you guys live in Japan, if you've tried playing with people that have the English copy.
Whoop.
So that was Dragon Quest IX.
I feel bad because I know it's a good game.
No, it makes
but
sense.
not for me.
I mean, like you said, it's like I'm sure that NBA 2011 is a good game, right? I'm sure it's well made. We just don't give a shit. I mean, and it's like JRPGs, you know, they've kind of had their time, but they do have their locations, and it's when you're trapped.
Yes.
That shit is awesome if you're trapped.
Or if Nintendo eventually comes to their senses and makes the 3DS fully online capable, and the next Dragon Quest X can play online.
I'll tell you right now, if you and I could have played from your house to my house on the internet.
Or you in Amsterdam?
I mean Amsterdam.
Like in a cafe?
I'm telling you right now, we would have played.
Hell yeah.
We would have done the multiplayer. But we don't hang out in person.
No, unfortunately.
Which is weird.
It's only virtual.
Okay, so next up is Limbo.
Limbo. So this is the game. This is the game that was like all about art, right?
Yes.
It's on Xbox Live Arcade, part of their Summer of Arcade series.
Right. Which thank God for that, by the way. I like setting a schedule where it's like, you know, like Nintendo kind of yanked our dick where they're like virtual console, whatever. Like we're going to be releasing all these old games like one a week, and they're like. No, you didn't.
Well, and then they'll actually release a lot of their back catalogs. It's like Ice Climbers. Like I don't fucking care. Like where is? I don't even know if Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Ate My Neighbors. Yeah, you were all excited for that.
Yeah, I want to play it.
Yeah. Once you find out it's already there.
Yeah, I know. It's just probably been there for like 8 months.
But yeah, it's like so. Xbox, thank God for the Summer of Arcade. They're actually doing this. They've got Lara Croft and the jingly jingles of whatever.
The booby boobs.
Castle of fucking. Torchwood. I don't know. Who cares?
Yeah, it's a new Monday Night Combat is next week. We'll talk about that. But this one's actually like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Is Limbo.
Limbo. That's right. It came out. This was one of those things where it's like it was coming out just as I left for Amsterdam. I was so fucking pissed.
It came out the day you left.
Yes, that's right.
The day you left.
So what's it like?
So Limbo is I would say it's a puzzle platformer.
Okay.
Similar in line, very similar to Braid in a lot of ways.
Okay.
Not as innovative, I think.
Right.
But it's all about art style where you're a kid and you're in limbo, I guess, and like. Bad shit's happening. They don't really explain why things want to kill you. It's one of those weird things where, like I say, like it's Boy and His Blob, really dark.
Oh, okay.
Because I mean, it's a kid and he's doing stuff. Except it's not. You don't have a hug button in this game.
No hug button.
Avoid being impaled.
Yeah, there's like the fucking bear trap button. It's like clomp.
You see blood, the silhouette of blood spurting. I mean, dark.
Exactly, and that is actually one of the most memorable parts of this game is that you are going to die a lot in very horrible, bloody ways. Yep. And it's kind of cutesy horrible, but it's still kind of dark horrible.
Kind of a little disturbing in some ways, right? Because like when that spider in the very first level, I was giving you that. When that spider impales you,
it's like,
I had a reaction. I'm like, whoa!
I did. I jumped. I did.
Yeah, I was just like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
Like.
Because the thing is even when you're kind of expecting it, it's violent enough that you're like, oh!
Yeah.
Because that boy is dead. That boy is in pieces.
And he's hanging, and the arm just threw him, and his limp body is in pieces.
Or he's on a fucking saw blade, or he's electrocuted, drowned, killed by spiders, clamped in a bear trap.
You don't see that happen to little boys in video games very often, right? So it's a little disturbing.
And then tied directly to that game mechanic is that you immediately restart exactly where you fucked up, which I think makes the game.
Yeah, actually, you're right. The save points are really, really
perfectly
close.
well done.
Yeah.
Because there are discrete puzzles in the game. They're just like, you have to figure out this puzzle, and as soon as you figure it out, you don't have to do it again.
Yep.
It's not like you're like over and over and over and over and over again. I mean, the puzzle may have 3 steps, and you have to do step 1 until you get step 2, and step 2 until you get step 3. But like once you figured out the puzzle, every time you die, you're at the beginning of the next puzzle, and it's like that alone made me just keep playing because I never felt pissed.
So, and they don't actually do it with like bullshit continue save spots or anything. It just happens magically, which I think
you push the button and you're live again.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, I have to say, this game, the first 2 hours of it are gripping. There's some of the first 2 hours of pure gameplay where I was just mesmerized. I was just sitting here like, what's happening next?
Because it's new shit.
Yeah.
It's new shit. That is what we are addicted to.
I know. It's just I was playing and it was just like, why are those boys trying to attack me?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like they're trying to kill me.
Yeah.
It's just like, seriously, the first 2 hours of my
but why?
I know, but why? I don't understand. They're gonna fucking do something. They're gonna explain this later. I know.
Yeah.
Or like the spider, I don't think I'll give you that because it's the very beginning. It's just like the spider keeps coming back.
Yeah.
And it's like this event where, like they do it in Gears of War, they do it in all these other things where it's just like set pieces.
Yeah.
And the first 2 hours is full of set pieces.
Yeah.
And it's just like some of the best craft, like video game craft I've seen in a long time.
Yep.
But then after 2 hours, like the puzzles get, like there isn't that. There isn't so much a set piece. There isn't so much. It's just like puzzle after puzzle, and like it kind of like, and it's still good.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but it's just like it's kind of a letdown. A little
interesting.
bit, to me. Like, did you ever get that feeling where like it's just amazing and it's just like not as amazing, like average for kind of a long period of time, like 2-3 hours after that?
I guess I can see it. I mean, like I still. I still felt that they kept it going, but I can see what you're saying where it's like the beginning is gripping, but I almost wonder if that's more of the beginning is because you'd never seen anything like this before.
And you think I got like
and then maybe you get used to it? I don't know, because I mean the thing is like I felt that every time I was getting kind of used to what they were doing, they would introduce something new where it's like the brain bug.
Yeah.
Or like things with like rising and lowering water, where it's like you're actually doing puzzles relating to water physics, or
to me, like it almost was too spread far apart. Because like to me, it was like about setting. Like to me, it's like okay, like I really want to know why the boys were trying to kill me. I wanted to see something else like the spider again a little bit later.
Okay.
It wasn't until I got to the city area where working over at a hotel.
Yeah.
Like I was just like whoa, like I kind of like jerked my mind again. I was just like oh okay, this is like really interesting again.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah.
So like, and it was just weird. And then after that, it was just kind of a fall off again. So I'm stuck about like 4 or 5 hours in where I haven't gone back to play it again, mostly because of StarCraft. But like,
StarCraft is giving me your
it's
excuse.
fucking crack. But like that's the kind of thing where it's just like I kind of wish they would have spent a little bit more time and effort to keep up that level of quality all the way through. And it's not a bad game by far.
No,
but the snaps need to come a little bit more often.
I can see that. I mean, like so I definitely didn't feel that as much as you. I mean, like for me, I was just feeling like I would have all these just kind of open-jawed moments at the game over and over again, where especially when you get some of those puzzles where you're like, oh motherfucker, like I haven't played a really good puzzler for a while where
it's like Braid. Braid was
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, Braid is like I don't understand how any human being designed the puzzles in Braid. That's out of control. In fact, like I think that I'm playing this more than I played Braid, just because Braid eventually started to piss me off near the end. Whereas like
it fucked with your head that.
It was almost like some of the puzzles
I
felt
brutal,
a little finicky. Like they were just a little bit too. But I mean, it was still fantastic. I'm not going to say shit about Braid, but
these are nits, right? I mean, these are like the complaints that we have.
Yeah.
Are pretty nitty, but it's just like
it sounds like you did feel it was pretty inconsistent, though.
Yeah, well, consistent in quality just from the fact that the first 2 hours are so amazing, and I just wanted that sort of. Seriously, I was just sitting there, I'm like, "Fuck, holy shit!" This right? It's just like I want that, and it's a hard ask, right? It's just like I like 6 hours, 8 hours. How do you really justify that? Right?
Yeah, it's hard to do. I mean, like so for me, I would say that. They kept about every half an hour introducing something I hadn't seen before, so that was enough for me. That was enough that like I know exactly what you're saying about the mood and stuff, but I was still riveted the whole way through. I wasn't like I wish something more interesting would happen.
Because like with Nick's Quest, that did it for me. Because every single time it was that little juice of like
Nick's Quest is perfect.
Right, it was perfect. But the pacing of that was really really
it was perfect all the way through. There was. I have not a single. I mean, like Nick's Quest beats the shit out of this game just because it is fucking one of the best downloadable games ever.
This game has definitely the art direction.
Yes.
I haven't seen it. I mean, I'm just looking through it. It's just like the different things that they do, and I don't know if it's just the fact that they just okay, we're gonna go with the art style of everything's kind of fuzzy, and black and white. And Urban Decay or whatever, just Decay. It's like we're just going to go with that. And it's just like it was just consistent all the way through.
But the hardcore thing about it that I thought was really interesting was it wasn't just like this sharp black and white world. It's like you'd walk behind things where it would like fuzz out and fuzz in. I mean, like you would actually feel like sometimes you couldn't see the world well enough.
Yes,
as if you were in limbo. I mean, like they really got this kind of feeling of like you are in this cloud space where shit could just fall out from under you. I mean, like you'd never feel secure in reality.
Yeah,
that is what really hooked me about it.
I think you nailed it for me. Like the feeling of the game, because like you talk about like games as art and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like we're really starting to get into this golden age where now it's not about how many fucking polygons you can do. It's how you use it to evoke emotion. And this game evokes emotion in ways I haven't seen so
Absolutely.
long. I mean, it's that weird like I'm lost
Yeah.
emotion, right?
And that's what you want, is you want these worlds where it's not like you're thinking about level design and you're not thinking about like, oh, I wish that guy had made that sprite better. It's like, no, this boy is a black and white outline.
Yeah, exactly.
There is nothing but the craft in terms of making this world makes you feel off balance and confused and a little bit like some ennui, like just some kind of like I miss color.
Yes, it's just I wish things would be a little more brighter.
Right, yeah.
Right? It's like reading like a novel that's really dark.
Yeah.
And like, you know what it reminds me of a lot? It's like Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah.
Right? Where you're feeling it's just like, and it's not
There's
a good
just
feeling.
a windswept world.
No, it's just like I'm lonely.
Yeah.
This is desolate world.
Yeah.
Holy shit, what is that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go climb
that motherfucker. He's a 10-story bitch.
Yeah, it's just like, and it's just like and even like it's like I feeling like we're getting a lot more of that these days. So it's like it's great.
Yeah.
I love living in this fucking gaming time.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing is we're always going to reward the innovation, and we're always going to give the thumbs up to the games where it's just like, you did shit we have never seen before.
Hell yeah.
You win.
$15.
Yeah.
Sold.
Sold.
Can I give you 20?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. No, seriously. Like this is exactly the kind of thing like this. You know, you get Flower, you get Nick's Quest, you get these other games where it's just like, I will unequivocally, you know, just like, this is the kind of stuff we want.
Yeah. And the other cool thing too is like you play the trial, you will immediately get this feeling, and you'll be like, oh yeah, I'll play it. Because I got the trial and I got that spider, and I'm like, would you like to buy the trial? I'm like, fuck yes.
Yes, I would.
What happens next?
Hold on.
Cha-ching.
Take whatever you think is appropriate out of this wallet.
Yeah.
You take what you need.
So I feel great about this game. So good job.
Yeah. So speaking of games with demos.
Summer of Arcade is still ongoing.
It's still ongoing. This one I am so like literally as you came over today and I was sitting on my couch playing for about 5 minutes.
Yes, I came out. I'm like, hey, look, that's Harmony of Despair. What do you think?
Yeah, and I was like,
you were like, I think you actually had a hard time explaining your feelings about this game.
I did. So, I mean, we'll give a full review next week, but I mean, so I got the demo of this, and it's not one of those games where I am reaching for my wallet right away. I'll come out and say that right now. It's like I got the demo, and I'm like,
because they just have these things in this game. I mean, look, it's Castlevania. It's a new one. You're like thinking, fuck yeah, because I love Castlevania.
I love Castlevanias on the DS. Have rocked my fucking sack.
Except for that last one. We didn't like the last one. Remember the one that was ridiculously hard?
Oh, yeah.
With the fucking crab?
The one before that was awesome.
Yes.
The one before that was the shit.
And this one looks like they went in a new direction, which I commend them for.
Yeah.
Because they are innovating. Because, seriously, the whole Metroidvania, like, after Symphony of Night, they kind of just, pushed them out for about 4 years.
But this new direction apparently is, like, digging up a game from the Sega Genesis.
Getting all the sprites from like NES, I think, from what I could tell, like slapping them in there, and then zooming out.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
It's this weird mechanic. So it looks like a lot of what they're focusing on is they're really trying to get people to do a co-op. So
4-player co-op,
apparently, it might. I read somewhere it might even be 6-player co-op. Like it's,
really?
I think it's a lot of player co-op.
Well, the way you can zoom out.
Yeah.
And like see like the whole map, which is what you normally do in things. You're saying, like, I need to go to this unexplored area.
Right.
You can still keep playing.
That's weird. I've never seen that before. It's actually, I mean, like, I like the idea a lot, where a lot of times I'm just like, where the fuck am I? And you zoom out, you hit the map, you try and remember where you are, and you zoom back in. I mean, like, I like the idea of, like, you zoom out, you're like, okay, I'm going to fucking walk back up here.
But have you ever looked at the map saying, like, man, I wish I could still keep moving while I do this, right?
Yes.
Really?
No.
Well, this game's for you.
Yes. Yeah. But, I mean, it is weird. But it looks like shit.
Yeah,
I'm not going to lie. I played 5 minutes. It looks like fucking trash.
Yeah, I'm going to go home. Over the weekend, I'm going to go play. We'll give a full review next week.
Yeah. So then, that was a downer of a preview.
I know.
So the next up is Earthworm Jim 3 HD.
3? Yes, HD. Yes, that's right. So Earthworm Jim, one of the best platformers of that era.
And you said you played this on your Genesis?
I'm pretty sure it was the Genesis or the SNES. I mean, I didn't have a SNES, so I'm assuming
I didn't have a SNES or a Genesis. But I feel like I've played Earthworm Jim. I think that they might have even had like PC ports for like. I
bet, yeah. Either that or you played it on like the MAME or something. Not MAME.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe I may have played this in emulation.
Perhaps, but I mean, so you are an Earthworm
after
in a space
buying an original copy.
What? Yes, but yeah. So Earthworm Jim is.
Yeah.
I remember playing it actually when it came out. It was a fun game, but it was. I guess the cool thing about it wasn't necessarily like the platforming or anything else. It was just kind of the sprites. What was that game? Remember Toe Jam and Earl?
Yes.
It was just like it was cool.
Yeah.
It was like I don't recall being all that amazed at the platforming or anything like that, but it's just like, what's the next sprite I got to fight, or
That's true.
where are Toe Jam and Earl going next, right?
Yeah.
It's this kind of games, just like I am jumping on tires, or I'm fighting.
Right, yeah. Back in the day, it's like games that had attitude. That was a big draw. It was just like, oh man, I'm fighting a booger.
It's like
awesome.
I'm eating jelly beans and turning things into other things, right? It's just like that's kind of the neat thing. It's just like they took the Earthworm Jim and made it look nice.
Made it look really pretty.
I just don't know if the gameplay is going to be there to me. It's like I don't go back and play the old one so much.
It's hard to say. I mean, like from looking at the videos, I saw some parts that looked interesting. Like some of the boss fights look kind of shitty, but some of the platforming looked kind of interesting. So. Yeah.
I mean, I think with PSN you can get a trial. Yes, I think
Hopefully
you can get a trial. I hope they don't make it very expensive. I didn't actually check out the price on this.
Yeah.
But like, if it's over $10, just like, dude, seriously?
Yeah.
I know it took a lot of work to make those sprites again, but
yeah.
Pick a different game.
I'm a lot more looking forward to things like the Sly collection. Like I remember really liking Sly Cooper. So I mean, that's the kind of thing that I know that I will get that collection like right away.
So I got something for you. I know something you'll be excited.
What's that?
You'd be excited about. A Ratchet collection.
Ooh.
Not that it exists, but I'm saying, like, would you like
an
totally
HD Ratchet collection?
HD collection? I mean,
I would get a Ratchet collection. I would definitely buy an HD Spyro the Dragon collection for sure.
That's like
right off the bat. Because I mean, everybody.
The latest ones sucked.
That's the problem.
It
I think
really bad because I never played the originals.
The kids that are fans, I think, that are like like in their teens, all they know is this new David Spade voiced horse shit. And like they don't realize that back in the day on like PS1 and PS2 there were these Spyro games that were just the epitome of it was like Banjo-Kazooie. It was like,
what was so good about it? Was it just the pure platforming aspect of it? Okay.
I mean, you just imagine the complexity of like a Banjo-Tooie or Banjo-Kazooie, where it's
was
just like
badass.
really good collection, really fun. Just kind of like the characters were really kind of snappy,
but not David Spade snappy.
No, like funny snappy. You know.
Yeah.
So
you'd rather have that? Yeah, because I mean that's what I want to see. Like I want to see HD collections of like the classics that I really love.
Absolutely.
Right? So
I would like an HD collection of Grim Fandango.
Dude,
I would.
You say that.
I will play.
You say that, but I know the adventure gaming part of your brain has pretty much died.
That's not true because I replayed the Dig.
Really?
Yep. We talked about this like
all the way through. Did you finish it?
Yeah, remember this? Remember it came out.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like I think it was about a year ago, maybe.
So Grim Fandango, you'd replay.
There's very few games that are on that list for me. Like I will replay the Dig. I'll replay Grim Fandango. I might replay Full Throttle.
Oh, I wouldn't. I remember that game. It was good, but it wasn't that good. Like I would replay Salmon Max. I would replay Day of the Tentacle.
Yeah.
I can't think of many more. Besides
you're right.
You're right.
I mean, there's not that many. Like the point and click adventures were pretty bad.
Are bad now.
But bad now, right. They were awesome back in the day. But I mean, Grim Fandango still is just like, it's one of my really favorite things I've ever played my whole life.
I passed disc 2, though.
What?
I never finished. Yeah. I think it was one of the things where we didn't have game facts, and like there was a few puzzles somewhere.
They were really hard.
Right, they were really hard. So I got stuck, and I'm just like,
yeah.
I'm gonna play something else.
So when I was playing this, and I'd have groups of friends, and we would actually be. It was like one of those things where game facts.
That's so much better.
Game facts was my friends. I'm like, I have this thing where like I'm in the basement of this building, and I've got some inflatable foam in a box, and I'm just like, what the fuck do I do? They're like, oh, I figured that out. You put the red foam with the blue foam and do whatever.
And it's such a great experience. Like I did that with which one? Salmon Max. So I think it was freshman year of college.
Yeah.
We all like 5 of us would all play together.
That is the shit. I love doing that. It's so fun.
Like, no, try this. And we all say like, oh no, you play for an hour, you play for an hour. But we'd all help with the puzzles, and it's just like
so fun.
The experience is like I haven't had that since then.
It's
rare.
It
sucks.
It's definitely it's one of those things where it's hard to reproduce now, just with like adults busy lives.
But those kind of games I don't think exist so much anymore, right? Where it's like a hardcore puzzle where it's not platforming or. You know what I mean? It's like brain.
It's true. I mean, like if you had lived nearby, like I could have seen say a game like Singularity. I could have seen like us sitting around drinking, like passing the controller back and forth because there's like puzzly, shooty, whatever.
If we lived in a dorm, but at this point now in our age, it
doesn't happen.
Hey, Tobin, would you like to come over and play games?
For some reason, that doesn't happen. It's just it's kind of a sad fact of adult life.
I know it's
because I play the shit out of games. You and I play games all the time.
Wait, the thing. You know what happens actually?
You don't do mandates.
No, we don't do mandates. But the thing is, just like, Hey, what are you playing? Oh, yeah, right. You have your laptop, and I have my laptop on the side, and we're playing, and we're just typing, just like, fuck this game. Yeah. It's just constantly.
So we do. I mean, we'll have the we'll have the chatter when the game's happening.
Yeah.
And we'll have really big games. Like when I remember when Portal came out, you and I were like talking shit between levels.
Did you get this far?
And I know we will again. Like the night that Portal 2 comes out, I'm sure we'll be chatting. We'll be like, I'm on level 3. Like I can't get past the thing with the acceleration gel.
Would you like some help, Tobin?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, Earthworm Jim 3D. Let's get some other games. Yeah. But I like it. I'm not 3D, HD. Let's actually remake some of those games because some of them I will pay good money for.
And I'm definitely buying the Sly Cooper collection.
Oh yeah.
When it comes out. And we don't know anything about that weird game that was like the mashup where they were taking like Ratchet and Clank and
Heroes on the Move.
Yeah, Heroes on the Move. I'm very curious what that's going to be all about.
I think it depends on who does it. I mean, if it's an Insomniac level developer, which I don't know if it's them. I think it's somebody else, isn't it? Somebody will tell us on YouTube, but I hope it's in the hands of a good developer because Sony would be really bad to not do that.
Yeah, because then it's like, let's not just destroy one franchise, let's shit on a bunch all at once. It's just like line them up and just shit on all their chests.
It has a huge potential for being a cash-in, right? Yes. Just like everybody that loves Sly and Ratchet and all this stuff, we're going to give this to a contractor.
Yeah.
And make a shitty game, and we're going to take your money.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Please don't do that.
Please give it to Insomniac, because I don't think they're working on anything else right now.
Yeah. Actually,
Resistance 3?
They're going to come out with a new... they're coming out with a new IP.
So they thought of something new.
Yeah. So that's not Ratchet, and that's not Resistance, apparently. So
okay. I'll try it. I trust them. They're good.
Yeah, except for Resistance 2.
Resistance 2, I was wrong! It was a good game!
It was a decent game.
I was incorrect.
It was okay.
It was good at the time. It was actually phenomenal at the time, and then...
But not very memorable.
Other games were a lot better.
Yeah, so, hey, we have donations. Thank you very much to...
Tyler,
yeah.
Tyler, thank you very much for the money. So we are going to PAX in about a month and a half?
Yeah, so we should actually talk about it, because by the time this comes out, there's only going to be a couple of weeks. So I guess anybody hasn't gotten tickets yet,
you guys are kind of fucked.
It's
down to one-day tickets, but you should still go because the thing is like you can get a one-day ticket, come hang out with us at night, go drinking, do whatever, go look around Seattle. It is the biggest meetup for gamers and NooBTooBers all year long. If you can come to PAX, come to PAX.
Yeah, and we have a bunch of stuff. So if you go check out the forums right now, GameShark just posted our itinerary.
Yeah.
So we always do, like Thursday nights, we usually do Red Rock or something like that, have a big, like, eat dinner. Kickle night on Friday.
Kickle night.
We're going to
beat Kickle Cubicle, and we basically take over as much of the gaming room as possible.
Dude, get this. Apparently, like, the mod staff and all that, they've been working with the classic guys.
They've been talking with them?
They've been talking with them, so we're set.
Yes!
Apparently, they might even have a projector.
Oh!
This year's Kickle Fest is going to be fucking awesome.
I'm so happy right now. Because that's the thing, is we've had these battles in the past where we'll show up, and the guys have their heart in the right place. These guys are trying to run a room full of shithead kids, and it's just like...
They have a bunch of games, their own games that they're letting random strangers play.
So they've got thousands of awesome games, and they're basically trying to let everybody get a share on the machines, and we try and kind of grab an entire corner of the room, and we try and play within their system.
We kind of abuse the system, but they're cool with it typically. So.
Yeah, and like once they start to realize that we're a good group of people, they start to kind of like waive the rules and let us. But if we're talking to them beforehand, and we're going to own a corner of that room,
it's going to be on. So the only hope I have now is that we can actually eat, because the really annoying thing last time was that we had to go outside and it just fucked everything up. So we're going to have pizza. Hopefully we'll have cake. Kickle cake again. Or Kickle cupcakes. Like people are talking about that.
That's a good idea.
So we can do that Friday, Saturday night GameWorks, and then Sunday afternoon just
hang out.
Hang out.
So and the reason why we mention this is that your donations are what make this possible, because when you guys give money, we use it to do things like buy pizza and cupcakes for the NooBTooBers.
That's right.
We buy games to give away.
And we're bringing a bunch of games with us to give away during the thing, because it's a Noobathon, a big event.
That's right. And we've got some copies of Darksiders. We got some other copies of games.
A bunch of games.
We got all sorts of stuff to give away. Like this is what you guys make possible, funding all this stuff with the donations. So thank you so much. That's right. Come to PAX, please. It's not too late. Hop in a car. Buy a ticket.
Gravehound actually came like almost at the last minute.
Gravehound flew from England the same day and hung out with us.
Yeah. So come on.
Yeah.
So, hey, so you were actually in Amsterdam over the last week. How did you like it?
I was in Amsterdam, and I got to tell you guys, Netherlands is the shit. I love the Netherlands. Like, the public transit is awesome. Like, all the streets are stone. Everybody rides bikes everywhere. Everybody is thin and beautiful. Everybody speaks English. It's just like all of these things that I really enjoy. Lots of beer. The drinking age is 16, y'all.
What?
Yep.
16. Damn!
I don't smoke weed, but weed is legal. There is a red light district where prostitution is legal.
How are the women there? So like, I was always curious because like you always hear about prostitutes, like they're probably like old in the tooth or whatever. Like, so were they hot?
So I was astonished.
Really?
So there in the United States, if you see prostitutes on the corner, they usually look like they have been beaten up with a dick to the face and put away wet, right?
Yes,
like it's just like this
bad news.
And even if they're young, they look like they live on the streets. They look all beat up, whatever. The girls in Amsterdam are in a union. They're well paid. They have benefits. They have free sex testing, free STD testing. They have all this stuff.
Sex testing. I was going to say.
Yeah, she's like, you're good. You're good.
It works.
The women are so fucking hot. I was walking around with Gwinster, and he was just like, yeah, check out the red light district. I'm like, yeah, it's going to be trashy. I'm walking around, I'm like, I would fuck every one of these women.
Oh my God.
And the thing is, they are stone cold professionals. They've got these tricks, these subtle little tricks, where it's like, you know how if you're flirting with a girl and she gives you a certain look, you're like, I'm in.
Yeah, exactly.
They give you these personal, intimate looks where it's like you'll be walking by, and they have these weird mind tricks where it's like you look up and you're walking by, they're behind a door, right? And they look at you and they
so it's like a window or something?
Yeah, everyone's behind a door. So every one of them, they're in a room with a door and a red light on them. So it's like you're just walking down.
How does that work? I mean,
they let you into their room. They pull the curtains. And
so it's a room.
Yes.
Wait, what?
So
you're walking down the street.
You're walking down a street, and then there's an alleyway, and there's like 50 rooms with the hottest women you've ever seen standing in a doorway in bikinis, and they're like 2 feet away from you. And here's the thing. Here's what gets me is they'll look at you, and they're in a bikini. They're some of the most beautiful women you've ever seen in life. They make eye contact with you, and they like smile and open the door. And you feel your body turn. Like you're just like I can't.
It's just like your hip is just moving for you.
And it's, until you feel it, you don't understand because it's just like so. I just gotta say, you gotta see the red light district sometime. It is surreal. And,
so here in Amsterdam, if you go a little bit further out, the red light district gets a little.
So I was in a town called Utrecht.
Okay.
So here's the problem: is I can't show you guys pictures of this stuff because they've got basically guards and whatever.
So you can't even take shots.
You can't take pictures. They will fucking kill you. Like the people will hop out of nowhere and beat the shit out of you. So I don't have pictures of this stuff, but so I was in this town called Utrecht where they've got a red light district, which was just like a very short street with a bunch of middle-aged women, and I was the only person on the street.
Yeah.
So it was just like all of the women were just like, hey. I'm like, no.
So a lot of non-MILFs, basically. Yeah. Okay.
But in Utrecht also there is a riverboat section where there's like a bunch of. Every prostitute has her own riverboat.
What?
And there's people driving along this long
driving
dock.
Or in a boat?
No, you're driving a car along about 200 boats with a little walkway out to the boat.
So it's like a dock.
Yes.
Because I'm just thinking about the logistics here. It's like dock, boat,
and parking. And parking. So you park and hop out and go have sex with a woman in the boat.
In the boat, not in your car. Okay. Wait.
No, every boat is like every
brothel.
It's a brothel.
Wow.
And so it's like 100, like imagine 200 little boats on docks, and you walk out along the dock, and then each woman has her own little sex boat, and she pulls the curtains shut, and she fucks you for. And here's the thing: is that the hottest woman you've ever seen in your whole life is $50 for sex.
Bullshit.
I'm not lying to you.
Are the boats rocking in the waves? Like
if the boats are rocking, yes.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I was just watching like hordes of dudes. We're just driving along. Gwinster and I were driving along, and it was just like there's just dudes running in and out all the time.
$50.
Yeah.
Safe sex.
You're
not going to get jumped by the pimp.
Nope, it's perfectly safe. I mean, like, so here's the thing: is like, I know that we're talking a long time about Amsterdam, but this is a really interesting social experiment.
I want to hear about this
because Gwinster was telling me that like the Dutch women really kind of hate this phenomenon because it takes all the pressure off men. Because normally speaking, women are the gatekeepers of sex, and you have to do everything they want. So here it's just like you go on a date, and the girl is just like, "You're paying for my dinner," blah 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 blah, yap, and he's just like, "You know what? This date's over." Why? Because I'm going to go get my dick sucked.
It's just like I could pay $100 for a really nice meal, or I could just pay $50.
Yeah. I mean, it's
so like
the
what
weirdest
happens?
thing.
So like, I'm just curious, like from the societal aspect, it's just like, do women just try harder than it?
I think that it's a more equal thing because now at this point, the only thing that women and men are contributing to the relationship is personality. Where it's just like you're kind of equals now because men, the raging sex demon inside of men has an outlet.
It's tamed,
and there's no taboo about it. Like men, absolutely.
They're not like they're a jerk or anything like that. No. It's just like, oh, well, he's a red-blooded human being.
Yeah, I mean, like women look down on the prostitutes, but among people, it's not like you're like. it's not unusual to go to the red light district and have sex with the prostitutes. It's just like it's just like getting a cup of coffee.
Brain. Yeah, because
you're just like, oh, I'm gonna get a cup of coffee. Oh, I'm horny today. I'm gonna go have sex with an incredibly beautiful woman for $50. It's surreal.
I'm impressed. How's it so you were there, and like I heard you actually met up with some NooBTubers.
So we had a NooBTooB meetup. We had six. We had a group of 6 people show up. So let me just show off real quick. Marvin. So Marvin, I don't think this is going to show up on the camera, unfortunately,
really hard to see
because it's engraved. But yeah, it's totally not showing up.
Turn it,
I'm trying to make it show up. So you guys can't really see this, but Marvin. He took a glass jar and he took a Dremel and he engraved the NooBTooB Army logo.
It looks amazing.
It looks phenomenal. Yeah. And he filled it with Dutch candies and gave it to me. And he showed up at the meetup wearing a homemade NooBTooB shirt.
Oh, you got pics of that, right?
So I got pics of that. Oh. So while we're talking right now, I'm showing pictures. So who showed up was Sylvia, Gwynster, Floris, Jonathan, Marvin, and myself. And we were all out drinking. All of them were of legal age.
16!
16! Fucking crazy.
That's ridiculous.
So I showed pictures while I was just talking about that. I'll only write down the time. So it was awesome. It was just like we all met up at the Amsterdam train station. We all walked over. We just had beers. We just hung out and talked and drank. And they're all
cool, people. Like gamers, just like hardcore gamers.
And for the first time ever, a girl showed up in a NooBTooB meetup. Sylvia, the gamer, who was also drinking whiskey while all of us were drinking beer, thereby emasculating everyone at the table.
Wow.
So she's cool, and she's addicted to Resonance of Fate, which is the only time I've ever heard anybody in my life say that.
Yeah, that's kind of hardcore in a very different way.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Gwynster took me all around the country. He let me borrow a camera. We drove to Germany together. All these guys were very cool. Jonathan actually made a point that so he's Peruvian. And and at some point, you and I made some snide comment where it's just like,
Oh yeah. Something about Peru.
Yes!
What did you say?
We're like, oh, we offended the Peruvians, and then you're like, oh, there's like 5 of them. Fuck it. So Jonathan made the point of telling me, he was just like, you guys insulted Peruvians.
What was it about, like llamas or something?
I don't remember. We made some who knows? We just drink and talk shit. But we apparently offended the one Peruvian Amsterdamian.
We apologize. We honestly don't know anything about Peruvian.
Apologize. Fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Jonathan was very cool.
Yes. Peruvians are awesome.
Fuck Uruguay.
Yeah.
Uruguay. Fuck Uruguay.
You're gay, Uruguay. That's wrong. Sorry.
That was so immature.
I know.
But anyway, the NooBTooB meetup was awesome. So, yes.
Yes. Each week, I like to feature the NooBTooB Army on the show, send in videos with questions, reviews, whatever, with funny stories.
Yes.
I'm a little drunk. Yeah.
Yes, and you can contact us toll-free at 888-233-8480. Send your files to feedback@noobtoob.com. Also, please sure to post your video responses on YouTube.
Yes, and keep your videos under a minute if you want to be featured on the show.
And don't forget the yow.
Yowity yo.
So this first one is a special featurette.
It's what we asked for. We were saying, what is gaming life in other countries?
Yes.
That are not Canada.
And yeah, exactly.
Really little. Now, honestly, it's the same.
We know what it's like in the 51st state. Thank you very much. Canada.
Yeah.
So Simonus and I know I'm going to butcher this.
Paulius
are Lithuanian. And they
Where is Lithuania? I'm trying to think.
We didn't really know. We had to go look up Eastern Europe,
and it's kind of south,
kind of like Well,
so it's like the southern end of. So I'm sure
I don't even know.
Yeah,
it's Eastern Europe. It is farther east than I was last trip.
Yes.
So anyway, we said, what is gaming like in Lithuania? They send in this video. Enjoy.
You're just fucking right now, aren't you?
So, hello, I'm Midnight Sun, that's my phone name, my real name is Simonas, and
I'm Paul. And we're going to talk about gaming conditions in Lithuania.
That's for you, geographical retards is in East Europe, which means we're poor, and come on, if that doesn't deserve compassion, I don't know what does.
We want prizes for this.
Give us some games and
hookers. Forget the games, just the hookers. So we don't actually have any gaming stores, so we have to purchase games in places like this. It's an electronic shop. It's actually more easy to buy a game illegally and in public places here than in a place legit like that. So that's that, and let's take a look at variety of the games.
We're gonna go in and hopefully we're not gonna get kicked out by the angry guardswoman.
Yeah, she's just
She looks really pissed, and we're looking really suspicious right now. I don't know if you can tell, but
if you wait long enough, we'll show you some boobies.
hello here.
So we got kicked out last week or so.
This is actually our second take.
So we grew beards and now we're trying to sneak in again.
We're in disguise, so hopefully we can give you a short sneak peek into what's going on here.
Let's see what happens.
So here are games. Silence is Dragon Age and Napoleon.
Show air battle. I bet that is doing good.
That has to be doing good. There's like 100 of them. Okay, I'm going. They're gonna get me. Ah!
Hey.
Welcome back. So we'd like to give you a sort of short summary about what you saw. Well, first thing you should notice, we have a lot of shit games, as you could probably see, and very low supply of proper games. We have a lot of shit you wouldn't even think of.
There's no rating system, no games banned, and they don't give a damn just about it.
That's a good thing, sure.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
So when it comes to prices, games cost about 1/5 more, but
we make like 3 times less than you do, so you do the counting.
compared to US. You can buy games in places like markets,
supermarkets, illegal games there. So
again, shit games like you
shit
saw
illegal
earlier.
games.
Yep.
No rentals. It's hard to get a hold of a console, so we're pretty screwed.
Piracy is pretty high, and we have no gaming stores because it just doesn't pay.
So who do you think that guy is? Yeah, doesn't resemble anything at all.
Assassin's Creed!
That's the movie coming out.
Wooden swords, that's awesome.
Dude, like that, like grocery stores?
Pirated games in grocery stores.
That kind of boggles my mind.
That's what happens when you have a country that is not at all enforcing copyright law. Like when it's just, I mean, to seriously be able to just have stolen shit in a store, we can't even imagine that here.
Yeah, I mean, like you go, like the only time actually, so like I walk along in the Mission in San Francisco, I will see pirated copies of Toy Story 3 in some guy's suitcase.
Oh, will you?
Yeah, so like that.
It's like right there on the street.
But video games, never.
Really?
I'll never see that.
Which is funny because you know why? Because you have to modify consoles.
Yes, exactly.
That's
well, either that or it's just you probably don't need to buy it, right?
Yeah.
At that point, but
the thing is, they didn't sound that impressed because they're like, yeah, these stores are full of stolen games that we don't want to play. Which is
weird.
Like
bad games. Like, yeah. But if you can steal any game, why can't you just?
I don't know. I'm confused by that. I mean, maybe like there's some companies that will come over and smack people down, so they just steal the shitty games. I don't know.
Maybe, but it's just like it's really interesting to see like you can what is it called, Electro Mart or something like
that.
Yeah,
that was awesome. That was like so ghetto looking. It was like Cyber Beep Beep Mart.
Yes.
When you buy the boot bang bang.
So yeah, I'm actually curious. So like, if you guys are living in some strange area, not strange, but like foreign that either like is really not, like common to have a lot of gamers, or like a lot of not games like Africa. I think somebody called in and talked about it, but never actually.
Yeah, that's right. They did send in a call. They were just like they're saying that everybody in Africa likes FIFA.
Yes.
So
that's right.
Please just grab your video camera and go down the street to wherever you live because it's always really interesting for us to see. Don't get your camera taken away like these guys did.
Yeah.
But, it's just...
There's a trick. If you ever get have you heard of the trick we could do with your camera?
No.
So you know how if you see something that says no images?
Yeah.
You take an image of that.
Uh-huh.
Make that the first image.
Right.
Right? Delete something is just like, look. So in your history, all you see is an image of no image. As your first name.
Oh! I see. I thought you were saying. Yeah. I thought you were saying like a picture of something that said no pictures, but you're saying that like on your camera it says the camera is empty.
Always keep the first image being just black text with white text says
no image. That's brilliant. I like that. All right, cool.
So next time you're doing something naughty, just like look, I deleted it.
That's right.
They're not. They don't know.
Yeah.
They just want us to be able to.
Generally speaking, if somebody's in a security capability that is telling you to delete pictures,
you could probably run away.
They're probably fucking stupid. Because they're like these little small-minded, bureaucratic shitbags that end up in every institution in the world that just basically like telling other people what to do.
Pretty much.
Which means they're not creative and they're not making anything and they're dumb. Fuck you. So
were you bothered by these sorts of individuals when you were
makes
younger?
me so. My whole life, I have been harassed by these assholes.
It's not even like the man. It's like the man hired. It's so
it's
annoying.
like the man's retarded stepbrother that has 1 ounce of authority.
Yeah, but
Fuck you. So, so next up is Cooley made a mod of Dirt.
yes, we talked about it a while back, but we didn't actually see the video. So here's the video. Boop. Damn.
Dirt looks good.
I mean, I remember reviewing the game a while back, and it was okay.
Yeah.
But damn, the engine is amazing.
The engine is the shit. I love that you can put your own. I mean, like that car looked like it had been painted with our stuff. I mean,
You
like
just have
that's
the names on the side. It's just like I am impressed.
And this guy Cooley said that he was actually looking at trying to do a NooBTooB mod for Just Cause 2.
I haven't seen mods for that.
I didn't
game.
know you could do that. Like maybe you could put like a logo on a parachute. I can see them doing that.
Yeah,
you know, like
on the PC version of it. At least,
of course, PC. But yeah, so thank you, and we love these kind of videos of mods and stuff. So I mean, if you ever do something crazy in a game, let us know.
Yeah, I want to see a good StarCraft mod of some sort of
Ooh.
NooBTooB version. Have you seen the shit that they've been doing with
I
this?
have not.
Like they've made Tetris. They've made with supply depots. Like,
But how do you make them fall?
it's all in the game. It's all scriptable. This StarCraft engine for game development is the most advanced thing I've ever seen.
Really?
Somebody made Final Fantasy where it's like a Zerg like going and like you have a menu of attack. It blows my mind the shit people are doing.
I
for the
totally
God's
gotta
Editor.
go look at
some of the videos on
YouTube
some of
and
these
stuff?
video YouTube and it's
All right.
ridiculous.
I will check
so,
that
like,
shit out.
I want to see a good StarCraft 2 mod. Come on, get on it.
Yeah, do it. Make a Kickle mod from StarCraft.
Yeah.
that'd be cool. So next up is free of charge.
What's going on, Tobin and Muzo? This is Free of Charge from Connecticut. I'm actually a longtime viewer. I've been watching back since episode 37, and I don't do a lot of call-ins. I don't have a lot of forum activity, but I do play a lot of multiplayer games, and with all of the plethora of multiplayer games coming out, especially now in 2010, what is your advice for people like me who want to get into the NooBTooB gaming community in terms of like playing with people from the forums? I mean, I know you guys have a Ventrilo. I've never personally used it. So for people like me, I think it'd be cool if you could give some advice.
Nice.
Yow.
Dude,
Every time anybody says 37, I always think of my girlfriend sucked 37 dicks in a row.
Don't suck any dick on the way.
Don't suck any dick on the way out.
Oh man. But yeah, 37's like
That's
2.5 to
old
3 years
school.
ago. I
Yeah.
mean, like we were raw
Yeah.
back then.
Raw!
We were raw. Like,
Not raw in the Eddie Murphy style,
no,
raw
no.
in the untalented style.
Not that we're talented now, but like
No.
we were back in the day.
We're more talented
yes.
now. So playing with other NooBTubers,
Yeah.
that's a good conversational topic because there's lots of ways to do it.
Yeah, so the big one that I definitely like to recommend, especially now that we have a bunch of Valve games that we can play, is Steam. So we have a NooBTooB Army Steam group.
Yeah.
If you search for, I think under groups, just search for NooBTooB Army.
That's right.
And like at this point now, like I'll what is it? Alien Swarm,
for
which
sure.
we'll review next week. I just went online, went to the NooBTooB group, looked who was playing, saw somebody playing Alien Swarm, said join game.
Yeah.
Done.
Boom.
Free. Done.
So, I mean, you can do that with Team Fortress 2.
Yep.
You know, you can do that with any of these Valve games,
Counter-Strike,
Counter-Strike,
Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead, all of these things. I mean, like big, good multiplayer games. So just go to Steam right now, join the NooBTooB group.
Yes.
Easy.
And that's the easy thing.
Right.
So the next second one is go to the events forum.
Yeah.
So you go to the forum, people actually put up events saying like, hey, let's play together, sign up by giving your gamer tag, and then here's who you talk to.
That's right.
And then other than that, I think the other ways are like just going to IRC, just doing pickup games.
IRC and Ventrilo. So so on our website we have instructions on how to do both of those. I think if you click the community tab on the front page, like I think that on the side there,
you have to be logged into the forums, I think, to actually see it.
So log into the forums, and on the side it actually says, here's how you go to the IRC, here's how you go to Ventrilo. Those are both good places where it's like if you're just looking to play a game, you just want to do some pickup, just go in there and be like, hey guys, who wants to play?
Yep. So hopefully, and also I think we have a NooBTooB events Xbox account, but that's kind of a little complicated.
And people have been putting some of their names on the wiki as well.
Yeah, for StarCraft, definitely. So I sent out something, so go to the wiki and then search for StarCraft 2 and put your gamer tag and then everybody add each other.
Yeah, just wiki.noobtoob.com and type StarCraft 2. It's very easy.
Yeah.
So there's lots of ways to play with NooBToobers. We recommend doing all of them.
Yeah.
Because they're better than the random strangers you will meet on the internet by far.
Yeah, I'm just like seeing like all the people, like there's so many people in the NooBToobers now that have played together for years.
Yeah.
It's just like they've made best friends at this point. So it's just like it's a great way to meet gamers.
That's what it's all about. I mean, gaming, meeting other good gamers, and that's what PAX is going to be all about too.
Yeah.
So next up is Crippled Frisco with a question about old school, back in the day gaming.
Hey, NooBTooB, this is Crippled Frisco. Sorry for that last voicemail. I just lost track of everything I've been. When you were kids and your parents bought you a game and it sucked, did you force yourself to like it? And did you get this weird feeling inside of you, like it has sentimental value if the game sucked because your parents bought the game and it was out of the ordinary? Okay, that's all I wanted to ask. Hope I get featured. I love your show. Yow.
Man, I could tell some stories about games that I bought, but played. They were shitty, but I played because I bought them.
Me too. So I mean, like, the thing is he said it was kind of like, for him, it was a little bit nostalgic, where it's like, oh, my parents got me this. For me, it was rarity. It was like, for the next month, I have fuck all to play except this game.
Except E.T. on the 2600. I played that game so much, and it was so bad.
Really?
Have you played it? It is like the worst designed game ever made.
The Atari E.T.? Or yeah.
It's just like E.T. the movie came out. My parents said, like, you get it one game. And I'm like, E.T.
That game is legendary for its badness.
It's so bad.
That and the Indiana Jones one.
Oh, and that was another one?
Impossible.
Indiana Jones.
Impossible.
EarthQuest. I don't know if you the 4 series. Actually, there's like a lot of NES games, and like after a certain point, I figured out how to like do my tricks like with NES games. Like I got golf once, and I'm like, fuck, because there was right when the NES came out, there was Ice Climbers, Excite Bike, there was shit to play. So I was just buying every game, but then I would actually
you talk about this.
Actually, switch the chips out, and then
you're a bad man. You're a bad person.
But it's just like at a certain point, I figured out ways to get around.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
I mean, like if you go back and look, there's a lot of these games. I mean, I know that there's like nostalgia value for them now, with like Rygar or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on
the time though. I thought you didn't like say like fuck. I hate playing this game.
Well, here's the thing: is generally speaking, it would be one of those things where I think that I would have given up if I had something else to do. But, you know what I mean? Where it's just like I played so fucking far into Wizards and Warriors.
Oh God! Oh, that was another game.
Wizards and Warriors was basically like someone taking a hot branding iron to your ball sack
and just like poking,
because you would die and you would lose like an hour of shit. It was just awful, and the guy was just this. This was your sword. It was just this, and you were like collecting purple shit and pink shit, and you're fighting pink spiders.
That game was so bad. I was like, I think that was one of the worst games
ever. I've probably put in 40 hours in that game. Easy.
That was one of the few games I played like 8 hours. I'm like, I stop.
Yeah.
I'm no longer going to play this game.
I knew that like for a month my parents were going to get me another game, and I just wanted to play me some Nintendo. I just wanted to play, because otherwise I have to go outside and the sun burns. I don't like the day star.
Your pale skin.
The yellow eye in the sky, it torches my skin.
I mean, what I did after like at a certain point was just like I had a library of games that I kind of played like Strider.
Yes.
And like I finished. It was an awesome game, and it's still awesome. But I'd finished that game seriously over 100 times. Like no joke. Like I would like every day of the week I'd come home right after school and I'd beat Strider. I'd be like, yeah, and I just like, like back in the day for like a month, right?
That's hardcore.
That's all I had. It was either that or fucking Nintendo Golf, right, or something.
So I mean, my brother and I would always do this thing where we'd bust out. We'd still bust out like Zelda or Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest.
That's a tough game to replay, though. Like, did you replay them and finish them?
Well, I mean,
once?
no. I'm just saying, like playing through them. Like we would bust out Final Fantasy, and it would be like we'd be 60 hours in, and you're still getting your ass whooped by a goddamn dragon somewhere. It's just like, I mean, so we would have those fallback games that were always good. we wouldn't say they were good now, but I mean, at the time, like, those games were awesome. Like, I mean, seriously, if you found a new sword or something, like, turn-based combat was the pinnacle of
I think you were really lucky because, like, it got to a point where, like, NES games started doing that, but I stopped playing NES game after that point.
Okay.
So then I was playing PC games where I was playing, like, Wizardry and, like, remember the Gold Box series?
Yeah.
The Pool of Radiance and all that?
Yeah.
Like, so and those were, like, the 60-hour games for me, but just, like, yeah.
It's big to have a sibling to play with as well. Like it's kind of nice to have, like, because we would do that thing where it's like one of us would have Nintendo Power and the other one have the controller, and that was so fun. Where it's just like, you know, one of us would be strategizing and shit. It's just like, no, wait, hold on, you got that cloak, but it's got a +2 when you use it with this staff. I'm like, really? Okay. But it's like it took him an hour of reading to find that shit, right? So I mean, it's just like, you know, so we'd be like co-pilot and pilot sort of stuff. So.
Oh, so you're lucky, man. It's just so me and my brother are 7 years apart. So we played Atari together, but then he figured out girls while I was still playing NES, so it's just like it never actually happened. So,
I was 2 years apart, so we were always
perfect.
It was perfect for gaming. So if you're gonna have kids, have them 2 years apart.
Exactly.
If you're gonna have kids, have them 2 years apart.
I think I may. That means I have to. Ooh.
You could have sex again, dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then the result is, I guess,
lack of sex for
a while. I'm just like, All right,
that is our show for the week as we've gone astray.
As usual.
So check out our website at NooBTooB.com and participate in the forums by clicking the community tab at the top of the front page.
Yes, and if you're watching the video on YouTube, I know I've been kind of messed up for a while, but
subscription button is right here above my head.
I think it's here.
Yep.
I think I'm pointing here, right?
I know, it's right here.
Right over here. Also
right
rate the video by clicking like on Tobin's likey down there.
Just touch my happy bits.
Pretty much.
Touch my happy bits, and we will all be happy.
Yes, that's all for this episode. I am Yuzo Watanabe.
And I'm Tobin Kazire. Audio engineering for NooBTooB is done by Range Gorilla Glass Strunk. He's taking a cave day. Thanks for listening. We'll see y'all next week. We're out!
Genius.
Testing. Haha, testing. Fuck it. Fuck this game.
This game
Fuck you.
rules. You know anything about, I guess, Castlevania Harmony? Yeah, I guess that's good enough, huh? I actually don't know.